Welcome back. We have a '06 Mazda 3 that has a no crank situation. Every once in a while, does not want to start. So, starter, where is it down here? Right around that location over there. I have a test light running down off of the battery ground. I need to hit the key and I want to see if it's actually getting power to crank it. I don't have anybody here, so you're going to be my assistant for the day. Let me get the camera set up. Looking at the test light, we have that jammed in right over there. Let me set up the tripod. Let me try and crank it. Let's see if it lights up. Okay, let's roll the videotape. So we were getting power going to the solenoid to try to engage it, but obviously nothing was happening. That starter is really rusty, and it's been in there. It's probably the original starter. This car's got about 150,000 miles on it. So what if you're stuck on the side of the road right now and you want to get home? We're going to tap on this thing lightly with a hammer and then try it again to see if it starts. The brushes and the motor might be going bad, or the solenoid might have dirt inside it. Give it a knock. And let me grab the ratchet. All right. Let's see if it goes. Utility light on. Here, click. There we go. Our hammer trick did it. That's only going to work so many times until you're stuck on the side of the road. So if you have to do that to get your car going, it's time for a new starter. So we're throwing one in this right now. That's where my test light was going. Disconnect the battery, the positive or the negative, whatever one you want to do. I'll probably take the positive one off here. One brand new starter through the mail. And you can just about see it from up top here. There is a metal bracket that's holding a wiring harness, and those cover over the bolts. You have to take two nuts off of the studs that are covering it, and then that little metal cover is going to come off with the wiring to move out of the way. So that nut over there we're going to get from on top. Let's take a peek underneath. There is the bracket right there. We got to get that nut off and the other one off from the top. This we might move out of the way, get a little more space. And it is really close to the intake manifold, like right over here. And the positive battery cable lead is up underneath my finger right there. Let's start getting some of this apart. That is a 12mm nut. There's also this ground wire here. It's a 10mm nut attached to the bracket. It's in the way of the ratchet to get it off, so you have to get that out of the way. Let's go do the one up top now. Long extension to get down into the hole to get it. Now, that little bracket will be loose. Let me go down underneath, and we got that heater hose pulled out of the way. There's a clip that holds that. We could unplug this on the starter if it wants to unplug. Is there a push button on it? And it pulls off. We need to get the nut off that's holding the battery cable. It's probably a 10mm, but all these wires are all attached to this stupid bracket that some engineer decided needed to be here rather than up about 3 more inches, which would have given you plenty of room to do this. But like I said, I don't get to decide how stuff is built. I just have to fix it. There is this plastic cover covering the positive battery lead coming down. There's a 12 millimeter nut on there. And this was very difficult to pry off. So we got that out of the way now. This other end of the wire was plugged in down over here in the bottom of the manifold. Pull that out so we could kind of push this whole bracket out of the way here. I could feel the stud on the top there now, and the other one right over here. Let's get the bottom one here out first, and I will complain again. Whoever designed this, I hate you, because there's no reason why you needed to do it this way other than to save $1. Could have ran the wire somewhere else, made it 4 inches longer. Let's see what that bolt is there. That is a 14 millimeter deep socket that you'll need to get that. So that one we got out from the bottom right here, and I think I'll be able to reach up and get that top one from right down here too. Not a lot of room to swing the ratchet around, but I think it's doable. Get this wiring out of the way. Who put this stupid wiring here? Oh, some lousy engineer. All right, got that out from down here. All that wiring thing is in the way. The starter should be loose now. Hopefully there's enough room to wiggle it out. It's stuck on the little nub that it sits on. Haha. Tight squeeze. It's gonna fall right on my head. Come on, get out. Is it original? I'm gonna say yes. 20 years old, 150,000 miles, I guess. Lasted as long as it could. Let's test it, make sure it's good before we put it in. We got our booster box hooked up here, positive onto the where the cable would go, and we're going to jump this out with a screwdriver. All right, we are good. Cleaned up the bolts on a wire wheel. Let's get this thing stuffed back in there. Everything is clean. There's a little gasket on the base of that starter that sits against the bell housing there, so make sure there's no pieces of the old one stuck on it. Let me wrestle that back in now. Starter's in place. We have those finger tight. We got to tighten up the bolts there, and we're in the home stretch now. If you found this video helpful, please do me a favor. Click on the like, subscribe, and if you really want to thank me, you could click on the super thanks. Buy me a cup of coffee. Let me finish this up and see if it'll start. Everything is connected up. The new nut for the new starter was 13 millimeters. We got our ignition, we got our wire pushed on there for the solenoid. The bracket's bolted back in. I just gotta move my little heater hose back here. Get that back where it was. Okay, wish me luck. Relief. Thanks for watching.